Hi Leslie, I took a look online and I compared the code in your index page to the code in the actual library file. I pulled that up manually to have a look. And you're right, they're different. So there's one or two things going on. The index page itself didn't get published up, or it didn't overwrite the existing index page in the server. Whenever you update a library component, all these things do here is put an include page within the pages of your website. Now, that means that the entire page, like for example, if you do something in one of the components that updates the component in the index page, for example, the testimonial slider, you'll need to also publish the index page up and make sure it updates on the server. Sometimes servers are cached, but the time you sent the ticket in, now something else going on here. So here's what I want you to do. Right? If you ever find that something doesn't update in your library files, do this here. Go to the tools, go to recalculate hyperlinks, and what that does is it takes a look at your library files and your web pages and make sure that all the include elements are correctly linked in and updating in the site. It's not recalculate hyperlinks specifically for links in your website or your web page. It's actually for components like the WebBot component we use for the include pages. Okay, so that's number one thing. It'll take a few seconds to do, maybe 30 seconds or so. Right, and once you've done that, you can do this second little trick here, and that is you go to your site settings, but it's still there we go, site settings, uncheck the maintain the site using hidden meta files, click on yes, then go back in and recheck it like so, open and yes, and then preview your index page locally in a web browser. Take a look at your testimonial slider, make sure that the second one is showing the proper information. So freeing my staff up for more sales is what it says here, and I believe it would say the same thing here in the testimonial slider. Freeing my staff up, yeah, it was this one here I noticed, a pleasure to view. That wasn't updated. It was in here but not in your index page right here. It'll tell me a pleasure to view. So now it's actually displaying the right thing. So now when you go republish the entire site up to your server, and that should do the trick. Or at least republish your index page, but I always find it's best just to republish the entire site.